Hi and welcome to this posture in motion routine designed to help you release and realign your neck, your shoulders and your trunk. The trunk is basically everything above the pelvis. For many of us, when we sit at desks, when we've had a cold, when we have lots of stuff going on, like for me, my baby's been quite unwell for the last couple of weeks, it can get really sort of congested, tense and sticky around this kind of area. So we're going to go through a couple of very simple posture routines and then move into a really nice movement flow that will help us just kind of restore function and create space in this area. You're going to need 2 yoga bricks. You're going to need a foam pad or a thin cushion, and you're going to need a yoga strap. You can also use a non-adjustable belt. You can also use a bathrobe. Just make sure that it's something taut and not the elastic short loop bands. And what we're going to start off by doing is just coming onto our belly in what we call a modified floor block. So modified floor block, such a great exercise, posture exercise, just to help us release a really stuck pelvis, but also disengage highly active or overworking upper body, trunk, neck, shoulders, so that whatever else we do in that area and the rest of the body has the capacity to receive. So we're just going to come down in a prone position. Prone is lying down on the ground. You're going to bring your forehead to the ground. And the first thing I want you to do is just completely disengage the legs. So often people have this kind of rigidity in the ankles and the legs. I really want you to feel like you can just let that go. And you will feel, as soon as you do that, something across the back of the pelvis and the sacrum just kind of release also. And then you want your blocks on the medium height, thinnest way. And what you want to make sure is you bring your elbows to the lower edge and the wrists to the front edge. And the lower sort of part of the elbow line should be in line with the top of the shoulder or just in line with the center of the armpit. And you want there to be a good distance of the block away from the mat so that you are stretching that sort of pec area and you're also stretching across the forearm and the biceps, etc., etc. So when you're in this position, I want you to just come down with the forehead. Each side may feel a little bit different, so just make your final adjustments here. And we're just going to breathe in this position. Toes are touching, but if you feel this in the knees for whatever reason, you can by all means just separate the legs, but just keep those legs completely disengaged. You want to feel that the point just where your hairline meets your forehead into the ground so that your nose isn't squishing. Keep the mouth relaxed, the neck relaxed, and try not to pull the shoulders back and down. I want you to just completely relax in the shoulders. Now we're going to just start connecting with our breath. Developing a deep diaphragmatic breath in through the nose, gentle expansion of the ribs and the belly. Exhale gently through the mouth. Big breath in, inhale. Exhaling. Once again, big breath in. Exhaling. Big breath in. Releasing the fingers, no tension in the hands or the fingers. Noticing the difference in the right side, the left side of the body. Noticing any shifts that may happen as you inhale. Big breath in. Big breath out.
allowing your breath just to become a bit more fluid as you just relax even further into this position. Checking in with each side of your pelvis, front, back, side to side. Last 30 seconds here. Good. And then what I want you to do from here is you're going to extend the blocks just above the line of your head. Keep the blocks shoulder distance, so make sure they're not too wide. I want them just, I'll go a little bit lower here. You want the blocks just so that they are in line with the tops of your shoulders. And I want your palms rested on top of the blocks, but the first sort of inch of your forearm, just below the wrist, rested on top of the blocks. And then from here, you're going to bring the head back down to the floor. Keep the legs completely disengaged. Just adjusting my mic here. Okay, and then find the flat surface of the palms just on top of the blocks. And as you're doing this, I want the elbows elevated, but I want you to really feel like somebody is turning your elbow creases upwards and extending your elbows in a straight sort of line. So you don't want the elbows touching the floor, but you want to keep the roots of the index fingers, base of the palms on the blocks, and your elbow creases turned upwards. And then from here, lower the head. I'm just going to hold this position for 30 seconds. Legs are completely disengaged, toes still turned in, heels out. Breathing deep. Big breath in. Big breath out. Good. From here, keeping the hands where they are, maybe they'll inch a little bit further up on the blocks. I want you to imagine you are trying to press a wall away from you, but with the hands still elevated on the blocks. So the wrists will be rested just on the front edges of the blocks. The fingers are wide, you're pushing the hands away, and you're turning your elbow creases upwards as much as you can with the forehead down. We're going to hold this position for 30 seconds. Big breath in. Big breath out. I can feel something in the left side of my rib really sort of trying to get unstuck. Long big breath in. Long big breath out. If anything starts to quiver, just let it be. Big breath in. Big breath out. Big breath in. Good, big breath out. And then from here, you're going to take the hands, face them upwards, bring them in a modified golfer's grip. So for the modified golfer's grip, you want fingertips into the base of the palm, thumbs pulling away from the hands. Try not to roll the sort of knuckles into a fold. You've got very flat sort of top of the wrist here. And then we're going to externally rotate the arms here up towards the ceiling, thumbs pulling away from the index finger. We're going to hold this for 30 seconds. Breathe. Exhaling. Keep breathing in through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Last 10 seconds. Keep extending the arms, keep turning them upwards towards the ceiling. Good job. And then from here, we're going to bring the blocks just either side of your armpit line so that they're in a sort of T position. And we're going to do the same sort of 3-set routine. So you're going to bring your head to the floor. You can see here that my arms are just in line with my armpits, okay? So when they're too high, you'll see them to the sort of corner of your eyes. And when you've got them either side, you will have to turn the head just to look over to them. Same principle, you've got the sort of 1 inch of the forearm just resting on the front edge. We're going to bring the base of the palms down, and in this position I want the shoulders active, so the elbow creases are turned to turn upwards. This will retract the shoulders, bring them in towards each other a little bit. Keep breathing in, you're not pressing the ribs into the floor to get here. It should just be in the sort of forearms and the shoulders. Just keep breathing. I can feel something really sort of intense in my left arm, left tricep, left side of the rib, just trying to readjust itself if you like. Keep the root of the index fingers onto the blocks and just keep breathing here. Thumbs are important. You don't want them sort of curling into that sort of edge of the block. Keep them up. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then from here, we're just gonna press those hands away, pull the nails towards you, push the heel of the palms away, spread the fingers wide, and really try and turn those elbow creases upwards. Oh, my shoulders are really feeling this. Just breathe. I'm having a really big reaction to this in my entire trunk. And just keep breathing. You want everything else trying to stay relaxed, including your abdominals, the legs, everything else. We're just using the hands, the forearms, biceps, and the sort of tricep area. That's creating a ripple effect into the shoulders, the trunk, and everywhere else. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and just give it a bit of a rest. And then when you're ready, we're going to take our modified golfer's grip here and turn the palms upwards with the fingertips pressing into the base of the palms. Thumbs pulling away. Yeah, left side's really feeling this. Just keep breathing through whatever reactions may be happening in your body. Strong elbows, strong arms. Keep externally rotating. This is an active posture exercise. I know we do sometimes a lot of passive ones, which is more like the first exercise we've done in this routine, but I want you to know the difference. One is just kind of realigning the body using gravity, and the other one's actually just kind of initiating muscles to do the job. Keep breathing. Last 10 seconds here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Amazing. And then from here, I want you to just come up. And because we have already reworked our shoulders, what you're going to do here is we're going to come back onto all fours in just a second, but I want you to grab your strap and put it right around your ankles in a really sort of tight position, so you will have them a bit more snug than hip distance. If anyone's got a cold like me or a bunged up nose, this is also very beneficial. Okay, and then what you want to do is you're going to bring your hands just underneath your shoulders, And fingers really, really nice and wide. Elbow creases turned forwards. And you're going to take the knees slightly behind your hip line, okay? So you're loading into the shoulders in this position. We're going to go for our static extension position, but with our ankles abducting into the strap. So you want ankles pulling the strap outwards. This is going to release maybe a stuck pelvis, tight hip flexors, any of those sticky things that we experience just by doing daily life, sitting, etc., etc. And then what I want you to do is release the chest down to the floor, release your head as you create some resistance with your hands into the floor, pull the strap and just breathe here. Head is completely relaxed. You're not bending the elbows. You're not taking the shoulders over the wrists either. Keep the shoulders directly above your wrists and breathe. And you've got any tension in the back of the neck, there's a good chance just to give it that complete sort of release. And keep pulling the strap. Good. And now what I want you to do is, as you keep pulling the strap, you're just going to pull the bum back towards your heels, and you're going to grab 2 blocks. You're going to place them just off to the left side of your mat, like facing away 45 degrees, close enough so that you can rest the hands just on top of those blocks. You're going to reach the left hand on top of the block, the right hand on top of the block. The right arm will be further away here. You're going to pull the bum all the way back towards your heels, adjust the block so you really feel like the palms are staying on top of the blocks, but they are over towards the left side, and you're going to feel this massive opening in more the right side of the lateral arm, so like armpit into the side of the hand. Left arm, I want it a little bit softer, elbow softer, and you're going to feel this more in towards also the lat, but in a different way, more wrapping around the sort of bicep and into the forearm. And just breathe here. Big breath into the side of the right rib cage. Inhaling. Exhaling. Good, big breath in. Exhaling. And then do me a favor, move the blocks further away, just an inch or 2, and see if you can get a little bit more length into that right armpit area, left armpit area. Head is completely relaxed. Fingers wide, roots of the index fingers, palms down into the blocks. Good job. And then over to the other side. Both the blocks facing away 45 degrees. This time the left one will reach a little bit further away than the right. Blocks is still shoulder distance. Right arm is a little bit more soft. Left arm's completely straight. Breathing down. Your head will just be looking towards the right foot, the right knee. Long, big breaths here. Any discrepancies in the left side, right side of the ribs, you will be able to tell here, because one side of the lat will feel totally different to the other. Breathing in towards the left ribs. Good. And move the blocks slightly further away. Get a little bit more reach into the left and the right armpit. Keep the right elbow soft down towards the floor. Really good. And then from here, just going to come up and over onto our bottom. And And then you're going to grab your foam pad and just stick it underneath your head, just for a second. Keep the strap just around your ankles, and just bring your head down onto the floor. That's it. And as you keep pulling the ankles outwards into the strap, I want you not to be tempted to sort of knock the knees inwards. Your knees can still stay kind of dropping outwards. It's also a really good way just to release any tension in your hip flexors, external rotators of the hip and the pelvis. And just breathe here. Feet are a good distance away from the back of the thighs. And then just bring your arms out, T position, but with your hands facing upwards, palms facing upwards. Long, big breath in. Good. And then from here, I want you to look over to the right side as you just bring the knees as much as you can in towards the thighs as you hug the knees in towards the chest. Keep gently abducting the strap. Looking over towards the right side. Keep the right side of the shoulder completely relaxed. And then roll the knees over towards the left armpit. Up, 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 in towards the chest. Hold it really, really nice and tight. As you keep pulling the right ankle up in towards the strap, I want you to look over towards the right arm, the right shoulder, and breathe here. So there should be the gap between the knees, gap between the ankle as you look over towards the right side. Good. And then just extend those legs slightly over. We're not straightening out the knees. I want you to just take the legs a little bit further away. Left outer ankle stays to the floor. Point the feet and look over to the right. Just keep breathing. No gap. There's no knees knocking in. The leg is still pulling up into the strap, but from the ankle, in order to create a little bit more space in that right hip so that we can keep trunk rotation here maximum. Long, big breath in. Long, big breath out. Good job. Bring the knees back into center. And just reposition yourself as you bring the knees over in towards your belly. This time we'll be rolling over towards the right side. We're almost there. Hugging the knees in towards the chest and roll over towards the right side. Keep the knees really snug in towards the right armpit. Pull the left ankle up and towards the strap. You may have some nice sort of reactions in the lower legs, ankles, in the calf. That's also beneficial. Look over towards the left. You can move the foam pad over to the left in order to let the head and the skull drop over to the left side. Fingers are wide, long big breath in. If you struggle to put this left arm down to the ground, you've got a couple of options. Lower it towards the body line, or just pop it up on top of a block so that we protect that sort of rotator cuff and the shoulder girdle. Big breath in here. Really feeling the expansion in the trunk in the left side. And then just extend the legs slightly over towards that right side. Keep the feet pointing. Keep the strap pulling up into the legs, pulling up into the strap. Knees are separate. Keep the tongue soft, jaw soft. And come over into center. Good job. You're just going to come up into seated. Release the strap. You're going to come, just bring your back up against the wall. And all you're going to do is you're just going to take a block, wider setting, but on the sort of highest setting, if you like. And then, so it's this way up. And I want you to straddle the long edges of the block with your ankle bones and big toes. Shove your bum all the way into the wall. And flex your ankles just a little bit, not just the big toes. Keep the shoulders back as much as you can. Palms rested on top of the thighs.
Big breath in. Big breath out. Big breath in. Big breath out. And then from here, last little drill, you're just going to bring the left palm outside your left pocket, about half a palm or 1 palm's distance away. Face the fingers to the left. And I want you to press the left palm down into the floor, but soften the left elbow. So it's creating like a little bit of a hinge. And then reach the right arm all the way up towards the ceiling. Right fingers are really nice and wide. As you press the left palm into the floor, I want you to feel like the push of the left palm's leading the right arm over towards the left. Release the head, look towards your right elbow. Keep the spine on the wall, back to the wall. Keep the feet flexed and breathe here. Feel something releasing in the front of my neck on the right side. Into the ribs, the armpit. And then reach this right arm away. So you're going to peel the back off the wall and reach this right arm over towards the left side as you look down towards your left palm. So trunk is rotating down towards the floor. And breathe. Amazing. And then we'll go for the other side just to finish. Right palm is down, away, facing the right side of the room. Fingers are nice and wide, palm pressing into the floor. Right elbows hinging so that you create a sort of like resistance with the right palm into the floor. And then reach your left arm up towards the ceiling. You're not shrugging the shoulder to the ear. Feel like you're lifting from the left rib cage. And then as you push the right palm down, I want you to elevate the left rib cage up to the ceiling, tilt the head, and then to get into a little bit of more of the neck flexors, you're going to look towards your left elbow with the head and breathe. If you want to get a little bit more intense in the ribs, just move the right palm slightly further away. But the looking up here is quite critical because that's going to engage and stretch the side of the neck muscles. Good. And then start to peel the spine away from the wall, like down towards the floor, and reach this left arm away. Amazing. And just checking in with the shoulders, looking side to side. You can even just come up into a very simple standing post-routine balance test. So just shaking off the feet here and just coming to stand in a nice, comfortable, easy position. Just checking in with your body, checking in with your balance. Checking in with range of motion in the neck, shoulders. Checking with how the trunk feels. The jaw, the mouth. But also the balance between both your feet. Good. And as a general sort of balance test outcome, if you feel like this routine was super beneficial in both your balance, your symptoms, easing out tension in the body, so on and so forth, what this is telling you is that by putting function into the shoulders and doing a bit more sort of shoulder, neck and trunk work, you are improving your symptoms. So as a general sort of guidance, if you like, you want to start including neck, shoulders and trunk movement and activation and release into your routines throughout your week and generally into your practice.